shiny, plastic, black mirror fascist, obsessed capitalist. Are you feeling guilty Catholic? Pretty, picturesque Facebook status, happy family and happy marriage, like the magazine pages, superimposed with Photoshop and happy faces, where cancer doesn't exist, and your daddy lives for ages, and the black babies with the swollen bellies are only moments on your telly until you switch it off and put your makeup on. So walk your dog vegan and put your makeup on, posing perfectly pouting and put your makeup on. Hypocrite, selfie, snowflake nation, not making a difference, not voting, not independence, cause it's irrelevant to how your hair grows. You're pretty, and it's a pity that you're prepared to perpetuate your particulars on Instagram and prefer not to educate and overcomplicate an avocado. Like you know the answers to the problems of this world. Meditation and mindful. How about realistically having kids to feed on minimum wage and suicidal without letting your wife know? Cause I don't kill myself for fashion, not a psycho for the sake of it. Hate the name of it, and really ashamed of it. I hate your glossy, double tongue, so in circle, talky, trashy magazine. Like Sebastian's dreams, your friends are just old plastic, and it's lonely out there. I don't care about your implants or artificial intelligence, agony ends, chitty chat irrelevance, designer shirt and pants. So keep on spending, goodbye pretty people. It's such an ugly ending, keep pretending, keep on telling yourself that you're so important, like everyone else, like everyone else, like everyone else. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty. Fight for your rights, but you die to lose.
Goodbye, pretty people, I'll miss you. All your little giggling and self-serving circles, self-absorbed, oh shallow surface, all that fucking money and totally worthless, in entirety distractive. Your life without purpose, your embodiment is everything wrong, emboldened by your Harvey Nicks arrogance, echo chamber, industrial multiplier, factory line features and adjusted plastic artifice, cosmetically cybernetic immortality, activist agents. Away with your moisturizing skin armor nonsense, swigging beard lotion against a Georgian backdrop. One sleeves tops are a symptom of civilization in decline. Beggars rocking £100 traders with metallic shell toes. Designer baby accessories with perfect lips and a pre-birth sense of what looks fucking fabulous. It's ridiculous, marvelous, purebred, beautiful offspring of the embassy. Laughing at the wannabes that think that greed is power. The hours tick by and all you want is everything endless. You are now living in the culture with a locust consumer, target population, proof of fashion, housing, online grooming saloons. Pretty predator class, deadly privilege picking flesh from the populace fast. The terrorist victim look is this year's heroin chic. Superior models are snapped in pop-up bomb sites. Pop-up prescription antidepressants, propping up debris arranged in artistical splatter patterns. Little ray of ignorant exception at the tipping point. You drag to the ground by the teeth of natural selection. We defecate upon your form, prone upon your back and bleeding in round the scissor man. Snicker, snack, your entrified empathy, ultimately empty, dead heart, pretty face, piss upon your memory.
Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people.
welcome to another Sleuth Intuition Live or something like that. Well, I think we're going to keep it real simple. I got some true crime news, some breaking news that I was looking at earlier. I took the Delphi motion video, messed with it. Thought I found something interesting. I'll let you be the judge. I also took some snaps from some of the work I did today. We can take a look at that, and then we'll just open it up and chat.
More information on the discovery of a body
Check
in
this
Twiggs
out.
County. Coroner Harold Reese says they believe the body is a 44-year-old woman from the Atlanta area. Coroner Reese says they're still waiting on positive identification of the woman. Right now, the body is being taken to the GBI crime lab in Atlanta so they can perform an autopsy. The coroner officially pronounced the woman dead at 7 Sunday, but they believe the body had been there for up to 2 weeks. The woman was found in a ditch near Highway 96 in Twiggs County, just across the Houston County line. The cause of death still under investigation. The GBI, Twiggs Sheriff's Office, the Coroner's Office are all working together on the investigation. We'll continue to follow this story.
So that happened just a couple days ago. And that was in Twiggs County. But this is really what I wanted you to take a look at.
Bucks County cold case. Investigators announced this afternoon they finally know the name of a woman killed nearly 3 decades ago. Eyewitness News anchor Siafa Lewis is live in the news center with more on this developing story. Siafa?
Hi, Jessica. You know, for about 26 years, a woman who was found dead in Bensalem has been known as another Jane Doe. In June of this year, our CBS 3 colleague Joe Holden shone new light on the case in an installment of CBS 3 Mysteries. But tonight, we have a major update.
She deserves a proper resting place with her name on a headstone. A John Doe or Jane Doe, that's not the name they came into this world with, and we want to protect their family.
Late Monday afternoon, Bensalem police got one step closer to their goal, announcing with confidence the identity of the Jane Doe in this case. They believe she's Mary Beth Hodgkinson of Warminster. And here's a picture of what she looked like. This story started in part in September of 1995.
It was a pretty big wooded area, and children would play there. And there was a couple kids playing, and they saw what they thought was a turtle shell. And it turned out it was a human skull, and that's how she was discovered.
In the years since, attempts were made to aid in identifying Jane. In 2007, her body was exhumed, and DNA evidence was collected and entered into a system utilized by the FBI. But the big break came in November when a DNA profile for Jane was created and uploaded into GED Match and FamilyTreeDNA.com. All of that technological innovation, there's comparison testing, and resulted. The woman was Mary Beth Hodgkinson, who was approximately 31 years old when she died in 1992. We'll have much more on this story tomorrow, because at 11 a.m. there will be a live news conference at Bensalem Township Municipal Building, which you can watch live on CBSN Philly. In the news center, Siafa Lewis, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so what you want to do is first focus on kind of what you would consider the brown fanny pack looking thing. Focus there first and kind of look how strange it is and how you see new motion. Then focus your attention on the face, the area around the face and mouth area. If you see anything strange, just type it out into the chat. Yeah, I would start off by focusing on the hand. I just want you to see all the motion that's captured there. That's what it looks like, Anna. You can see his fingers moving. It looks like he's gripping a pistol. And we'll take a closer look. Yeah, you see his fingers moving. His index finger comes uncurled, comes back down, and then his other three fingers kind of readjust on the handgun. And he kind of moves it side to side as well. You guys want me to run that one back, or you want me to play it in ×2 slow-mo? Let me know in the chat. Let's just run that one back. And if you guys want to watch it slower, let me know. All right, we're going to run this one for a minute or two for Graz. I think it's about 3 minutes long. So it's kind of crazy. It almost looks like he's either cocking the gun, um, holding the gun one way and then flipping it. Yeah, you can see the index finger pretty good. And then the bottom fingers kind of flicker out. Like he's trying to get a real good grip on something. Yeah, you can't really see the gun there. It's kind of hidden. If you pay attention to the shadow on his left leg, you can kind of see kind of get an idea where the gun is. So if you look right there, you see it? Pay attention to his left leg. You'll see a rectangular object kind of peek out. But we're going to actually look at some close-ups, and I'll let you be the judge. Carol, what I did was instead of focusing on the downloadable version, they allow you to actually download one but view a total of 3. So all I did was play the other 2, then I screen recorded them, and then I analyzed them. So this isn't the one that you've seen on the news media. You haven't seen, this isn't the one that was handed out. This isn't the one that you can download. This is just the one that you can play on the indiana.gov website, the page that they dedicated to the Delphi murders. You can play it, but you can't download it. So if you just go over there and screen record it, you're going to find all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, let's play the slow motion version now. All right, there it is. So what I see is the index finger kind of pops up, comes back down, and then the bottom 3 fingers kind of flicker. And I don't know any of you who are avid, people who go out and shoot or have guns. It's kind of something you do. Like you're always readjusting your hand on a pistol, until it feels like you got that right grip. Oh, for those of you who are having trouble kind of seeing what we're talking about, it would be his right hand. So basically, what we've always thought was some type of brown fanny pack looking bag item kind of hanging on his right hip. According to this, it was actually his hand, what appears to be holding possibly a gun in his right hand. And the only reason his right shoulder looks so bulked up is because it's got motion blur. It's like a cascading blur. So really, you could chop that right in half if you wanted to. As far as his actual width, he looks a lot wider than he actually is. Well, I used to think it was because it looked like a gray jacket and maybe some type of pinkish color or reddish color up at the top. But after further analyzing it, I don't think so anymore. I think it's editing that was done. It's nobody blocking it, or it's something that they edited out. It was almost better playing the slow motion. Maybe we'll go right to the snapshots. Maybe that'll help. Well, these actually aren't that good. These are just some that I took right before the show. So let me play that slow motion one real quick. Because there might be some people that are just walking in like, what the hell? So maybe if we keep it small like that, it'll help, because it really is it would be a small part of, the main image. So look right at the brown bag on his waist. No longer is to be a brown bag, but in fact a hand gripping something. Oh yeah, you can see the watch. I forgot. Yeah, you can see his watch if you look closely. See it? You can actually see him. He like turns his wrist. He like pivots it. But you can see his watch when he doesn't. Right there. Yeah, that thing. Hello. It almost looks like he pulls it out of a pocket or something. It almost looks like he kind of flips it out of a bag or a large pocket in the jacket and just kind of flips it, and it's kind of holding it awkwardly and then flips it and then finally kind of grips it correctly. So right there, he's kind of fumbling it out, re-gripping it. That's very strange. Yeah, and he doesn't seem to have his finger on the trigger. Oh, thanks. It's always a work in progress. This is just stuff I did today. I made this right before the show. Mhm. Hey, some people can't, some people can, you know. So, if you want, we'll come back to that. Right now, let's go ahead and pull up some of these little snapshots. See if we can get a close up on any of that. And I'll kind of show you the settings I did. These aren't the ones I normally do. These are just I just like trying different things, seeing if I can find, you're not going to find anything different if you keep doing the same stuff over and over. So the images I'm going to show you today, these are the settings I used. Sorry. There you go. So really, they're pretty extreme. Yeah, you can definitely see the watch. All right. So if you guys want to come back and kind of take a look at those settings and go do your own screen recording of the other images on the government website, start messing with the filters, the timing. Try to go frame by frame. Try to find some cheap software if you can't afford it. Just something where you can kind of go frame by frame. You should be able to duplicate that pretty easily. So let's start with image 1. So while you take a look at that, I'll start going through some of the comments and then we'll start zooming in on some things and I'll give you my opinion. And we'll kind of focus on the hand since people seem to be struggling on that part. Yeah, he could be pulling it even out of right out of his waistband. I'm not sure what it is. It could be tucked. He could have it tucked like a concealed carry holster from the side. That could even be some type of a bag he has over his shoulder. I'm not quite sure about that yet either. Or it could be a large cargo pocket that's actually built into that jacket. I'm not sure. But he's definitely fumbling through something. Cat pocket? I don't know. Some people say that they see cats in there. Maybe it is a cat pocket. Or something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and well, let's take a look at the face. I always like to go there first. So with the settings that I chose, that I showed you earlier, this is what I'm getting. And I always like to sharpen everything. I sharpen all the pixels because that way you can see which pixels are actually capturing something that's clear. Sometimes you might have a cluster of like 4 or 5 pixels that just happen to get something that was pretty clear. And then when I talk about motion, this is what I'm talking. When I use these filters, you can kind of see all the motion as well. You see how far out it goes? Look at that. All this is just motion all the way up here. Like if you take a look right here, this is where his arm really is. This is where it was. So even though his jacket looks all bulked up, really you need to cut it right here. And if you can do that in your mind, you can see how it makes it possible that his arm can now reach down here. So let's go to the next one. And you can actually play these, and it's every single frame. Now this one was pretty trippy. Look at the face. You can kind of see it here, and then you can kind of see it here, almost like he has a goatee. I thought that was really weird. So he was looking up, and then you can see the motion going back down. See, and it looks like he's pulling something out over here. So you would have motion from here all the way down to here. You can kind of see something right there. See it right there. You can. I don't know if that's the shadow or not. It could just be the pixels kind of grouping. But there will be eventually there is a shadow there. But you can see something there. Let's keep it moving. Oh, let me go to some of these comments. Sorry. Started going off into my world again. Yeah, this image doesn't give you much, but it gives you a pretty good like 3D rendering. Mm-hmm. Yep. You can't see what's on the left and you can't see what's on the right. Yeah, there's some things I can do to do that. I can even do it myself and just highlight it. But like I said, I actually this work I just did it like 20 minutes before I went live because I bought a whole new laptop and I had this dope setup. At least I thought it was dope, but it really was worse than the setup that I had. So so I just turned that laptop into like a gaming laptop and just pulled out the old gear. I just cleaned up the computer internally, deleted a bunch of nonsense. Seems to be working fine. So once I was set back up, I could start messing with these images again. So I just figured if I was going to be messing with that, I might as well share it with you guys. A little weird thing right here. Some headphone looking things. I can never figure out what this is. Sometimes it looks like little flappy parts to one of those hats, headphones, or part of his jacket meeting some type of hood. See, there's something shiny right there. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's possible. Well, let's see what else we see here. This one we get this thing, the patch popping out on his left shoulder somewhat. Yeah, I'm starting to think I see that. Possibly a GoPro. They're pretty common, but I just can't tell. face is all smashed. But you can still see like his little chunky cheek right here. Yeah, let's take a look. I figured I think he has his jacket either buttoned or zipped halfway, and then he has something like a strap going across right here. Either a strap going across his body, or like some type of lanyard or something, some type of strap hanging here, holding possibly an object here. Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look at that. Oh, this is where okay. I forgot about this image. So right here is where you can see what appears to be a Glock. I think the next 3 images might be pretty good images of what looks like a Glock pistol or something similar. Looks pretty squared off. You guys see that? Might not be a Glock, might be something else. Because you can kind of see the opening right there. And it looks like it's coming from this direction. I can kind of see the cascading back end right here. This might even be the front and then turns this direction. Yeah, that looks like duct tape. I agree. Is it Jeanette? Jeanette? Yeah. Yeah, that looks exactly like duct tape. So I wonder if he has a bag right underneath his jacket right here. He's pulling guns out of there. He's got duct tape in there. He's got all kinds of shit in there. He's even got some shit sticking out right here. Well, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. The same way this is some guy's face is the same way that this could be some guy's hand holding a gun. And then check out the shoes. Some stuff going on with the shoes. What do those look like? Well, it's looking like a consensus on the duct tape. What do you guys think? What is that? Look, it's like a perfect circle. I should have did a poll. I wish mods could do polls. That'd be awesome. All right, let's keep going here. See what else we found. I didn't spend too much time looking at them. I just went frame by frame by frame. I think I got at least 24 frames. I'm not sure. See, now the headphone thing no longer looks like headphones because it's too low unless they're down. And now it looks like more like part of the jacket. Because if it was headphones, it'd be like sticking way out right there. Possible though. Not really seeing much there. I know in one of these I actually got something crazy on his other arm. Let me see if I can find that one. Might be down here somewhere. Oh yeah, I think it's right here. Check that out. So let me zoom out and I'll show you where I see it. So it's right here in this area. Take a look at that. Yep. Similar patch. Let me zoom out. I have another good image of it. Kind of see the bottom of the shoe right here. See, that looks like, see the front of the pistol? That's what it looks like to me right there. It's like a circle. Looks like somebody smashed his face down. Kind of get an idea somewhat of his facial feature. All right, I'm gonna go back to playing. I'm gonna finish off with the slow motion, and then just kind of we'll hang out in the chat for a little bit, and see what you guys think. This is slow motion ×1 here. Yeah, I did notice that. I think even like a armed park for the he was like worked for the park services or claimed to. I don't know. One time I was lurking in his Facebook and I thought I saw it. What up? And another thing, just because the guy we see or the person that we've referred to as BG, like even though we see him and he's on that bridge, it doesn't mean he's the one running around those hills, you know, um, catching the girls. If we always wonder how can some chubby guy like Klein, how can he do this? Easy, because he wasn't alone. It'd be easy. All he is the guy walking across the bridge. Hey, look at me, look at me. That's it. That's all he's got to do. And then get the girls there. Some of the images show like something's going on the left side of the jacket. It almost looks like maybe it's a pocket, maybe there's like some glasses, some sunglasses folded up inside there, or something with a clip on it. Maybe like those old school glasses cases you'd put them in and then they had a clip on the end. Kind of reminded me of that. I have some pictures of it somewhere. It's all chaos at this. That's why I just redid it all today. I was like, I'm just going to do something fresh today. Just for today. Wouldn't that be the craziest thing if it was Ron Logan this whole time? So let me get that bigger. So I'm going to run this back one more time, go through the comments until it's over. And then we'll probably wrap it up at that point. Hope so, man. You see that? What's in his mouth? So we've been focusing on his hand this whole time. We forgot to go back to his face. So watch what's going on up there. Yeah, looks like a cigarette to me. And then he immediately spits it out. But you can almost see like the way his lip kind of curls in. It's weird. Right there. GoPro and duct tape. Yep, that's all you would need in a gun. I mean, if these guys really did something like something horrible and they videotaped it on purpose and planned to do that, then to me it's okay that law enforcement took their time if they're doing what's needed to kind of get some charges to stick, you know? Cuz that's pretty bad. I used to think it was chewing tobacco. Now I think it's maybe like a cigarillo or like a marijuana roach or just a old-fashioned cigarette or maybe even just chewing on something like a straw or something like that. Not all the time. I heard that. I heard that they did bag a cigarette butt. Yeah, he might have some type of harness. Like it might not be a pistol, it might be like something bigger. Yeah, for sure. I ain't arguing with you. 50 years, yeah. I hardly smoke cigarettes. I don't know the last time I smoked a cigarette. I like cigars, but I do chew tobacco. Not often. No, he has something. He has like some straps. Um it seems like on a lot of the images that I mess with, if you zoom in, it kind of looks like he's got straps going on. Either he's got something hanging around his neck, like some type of camera setup, or something across his chest in some type of rig. And he might be pulling items out of that, whatever that is. Yeah, what was that? Something strange like coming out of his mouth. It's like straight. Unless it's just the cigarette in like a cascading motion from when he turns. It's like sticking out. Makes it look 3 times as long. Yeah, the whole hiding in plain sight, I think that comes from the one of the behavioral analysts over at the FBI. I think just from looking at the evidence, they were able to conclude that this, most likely somebody that's hiding in plain sight. And also, they probably had surveillance on them. They're like, we actually have them right in our sight right now. Hopefully. What? Are we talking about toy bears? Oh, yeah, you got to stick with your gut. All right, guys. I think that's it. Unless there's anything pressing, I'm out.